What's going on, guys? Jack Gillis 1875 here, and as you guys know, I'm going to be doing a special video all about dyspraxia and my experiences about it and what dyspraxia is. So, I've had dyspraxia, I've been diagnosed with dyspraxia since I was 3. Obviously you have it from birth, but because it's hard to spot early on, you get diagnosed at different ages. And I know people have been diagnosed with dyspraxia at 30, but I got diagnosed with dyspraxia at 3, and it's something that a lot of you know I have, but I want to raise awareness about dyspraxia because I think it's one that goes under the radar a lot. So I was diagnosed with dyspraxia at 3, and I've struggled with it almost throughout my life. You know, through school, getting laughed and jeered at PE when I couldn't catch a ball properly. You know, my handwriting looking like crap, and people making fun of that. And you know, I have struggled, but I've overcome it, and obviously I'm in college now. I got my Nat 5s, I got my hires, and yeah, I overcame it. But that's what I want to do today, is just raise a little bit of awareness about dyspraxia. So like I was saying, I got diagnosed when I was 3, so I was quite lucky that it got caught when it did, because I got a lot of physiotherapy that helped me out. You know, I still struggle with things like, because dyspraxia affects your motor skills, so I struggle with things like tying laces, buttoning up shirts, doing up ties, everything like that. That in sport, that is a struggle for me. Unless I'm playing with other dyspraxic or disabled people, then sport is a big struggle for me. I'm sure a lot of you that were in my PE classes and everything would know. Now, dyspraxia is when your cerebellum, the part of your brain that controls your coordination and processing information, does not communicate with your body properly. So basically, the signals my cerebellum sends out to my nerves and everything are all muddled up. And that means that I can struggle to process information, certain types of information. Like I was saying, my hand-eye coordination's bad. I can't do sport really well. I struggle with writing, I struggle with reading, I struggle with things like maths. If I get a complex set of written and verbal instructions, I need it explained to me over and over again before I do it. I can get quite confused easily. I struggle to walk straight. Things like that, I struggle to run. Things like that all feed into dyspraxia. And there's also a lot of mental and cognitive things as well. Like, I'm a bit slower than some other people, and you know, it puts me on the autistic spectrum. I also struggle with my attention span and everything. So I've got like mid-range dyspraxia, I'd say. There's worse types of dyspraxia, and there's less sort of mild forms of it as well. But I would say I've got mid-range dyspraxia, and it's something that I've learned to deal with, you know, and that's the main thing, is you've got to be positive. When you've got something like I've got, you've got to be positive, because people are not going to go and accommodate you unless they know, because obviously it's not immediately. I mean, if you didn't know me and you're coming on, you'd think I was perfectly fine, you know. No, you'd struggle to tell I have dyspraxia unless you really started looking hard and you knew what to look for. And that's the thing about dyspraxia, is it does not always present itself visibly, especially if you have it in a mild form like I do. And that means that a lot of people will just think you're stupid, or a lot of people will just think that you're crap at sport. And that's the issue. Dyspraxia, I'd say, is hidden, because it's really hard to spot. But you know, I've went through life with this, and I'm lucky. Like I said, I got diagnosed when I did. You know, there's a lot of warning signs from my mum and dad. Like, I wasn't walking properly. Even as a baby, I couldn't crawl. I used to roll. I couldn't crawl. I did a lot of things that normal babies should be doing, I didn't do. So the warning signs, when I was lucky, although I went to like 2 or 3 specialists and the GP before they sort of got to a conclusion as to what it was. And like I said, every day, I wouldn't say it's a struggle, but every day at school and everything was an uphill battle, because I needed to put in twice the work that not normal people, that's not a nice way of putting it, but your everyday, your average Joe, I had to put in the twice as amount of work that these folk were putting in, because I was, you know, because I would struggle with certain things. So that's that. Now, I know a lot of you know I have dyspraxia, and maybe a lot of you don't know what it is, and that's why I'm doing this. And of course, that's just a brief explanation. You know, it's much more complex than that, but I don't want to go into all the medical mumbo jumbo, because it'll just get confusing. But that's basically it. You know, my brain does not communicate with the rest of my body properly at all. The signals get muddled up. You know, it's like if you've got dodgy reception on your TV and the picture begins to blur. That's what it's sort of like. The signal from my brain and my body is all blurred up, so my body doesn't know what to do properly, and that's why I can struggle with things like, you know, hand-eye coordination and everything. And like I was saying, I got a lot of physio and occupational therapy that helped me out, but without that, I think I would be a lot worse. You know, I might not be able to dress myself. That's how bad it could have been. But luckily I had that and I'm overcoming it, and it's something that I just deal with every day. I don't automatically go to people, oh, I'm dyspraxic, because A, it's not something I like to talk about, it's not something I'm proud of, and it's not something that I want to wave about because I'm scared people will make fun of me. And I know that's a silly thing to say, but there has been experiences at school where even when people know I have dyspraxia, they still call me a spazzy and a mongo and make fun of me. Now sadly there's people like that out there in the world, and that's their problem, it's not yours. And the thing is, like I was saying, I've learned to deal with it, and I've learned, like I said, I don't say I have dyspraxia unless I feel the situation suits. So, for example, if I'm doing something sporty, I'll say I've got dyspraxia. If I'm doing something that involves, I'll say I've got dyspraxia. I might have to, take a wee bit more time on this. And that's why, obviously, if you're going into college, I've got to say to learning supports, they know to put in the provisions for me, and my lecturers know. But that's just something you have to do. But usually I don't say to anybody and I just get on with it, because that's what you've got to do. You've got to be positive. Now, when I was a sort of younger, I used to think, oh, well, that's me, I'm a Mongo, I'm never going to have any opportunities in life. And over the past couple of weeks, the past couple of months and weeks, as I've sort of had a chance to reflect, I've realised, you know what, you shouldn't be afraid because you have dyspraxia, dyslexia, or autism, or whatever you've got. I'm talking about this to disabled people in general, is we shouldn't be afraid, because you know what, the world's our oyster. If you've got a dream, go for your dream. And you know what, even if you can't get in, you can say you tried. You can say, you know what, I gave that 110%, and it's done. I tried it. We've got to move on and do something else. And that's what I've learned. I tried to qualify for events at Sports Day. It didn't happen, but I tried. I gave it 100%. Obviously my dream is to join it's not a dream, but one of my aims is to join the Bundespolizei in Germany. It's got a lot of stringent physical exams, but I'm going to give it a go. Because they can't not hire me because there's rules about that. They've got to let me on the training programme, and I can give it my darned hardest try. And if people are happy with that, people are happy with it. If people are happy with me, people are happy with me. People aren't. If I give that 110% and I get there and I get into the police, the Bundespolizei, that would be fantastic. That would be one of my big goals achieved. And that is something that you've got to do. And like I said, this is for not just dyspraxic people, but disabled people as well, is you've got to go for your dreams. Don't be afraid. And that's the thing I've learned. I let my dyspraxia define me in a positive way, because there's positives to dyspraxia. I can think outside the box. All that brain power I'd be using on hand-eye coordination, everything that's getting diverted away, the part of my brain that does work properly is going towards critical thinking, which is why I'm good at languages. I'm good at thinking outside the box. I'm good at problem solving. I'm good at history. I'm good at recall. That's a positive. And that's the thing, you've got to not let your disability define you negatively. I let my dyspraxia define me positively. And yeah, I might make an idiot of myself when I play sports. I might have the handwriting of a 3-year-old Russian. I might, I might have the ability to add up of dyscalculia snail, but I'm not going to let that. That's the negative stuff. Forget the negative stuff. I'm good at thinking outside the box. I've got a lot of knowledge about a lot of things, and that's what you've got to do. You've got to let yourself be defined positively. And yeah, people are going to call you a spazzy and a mongo. Unfortunately, there's probably people like that in the world that just get their kicks at saying things like that. Ignore them, because there's going to be the people that help you. Like I said, I've got fantastic friends that through school, and yeah, like I said, I wouldn't say bullied, but I did get made fun of at school for having dyspraxia. But there's people at school that help me out. There's my friends for football and everything that help me out. And you know what? They're so accommodating of it, and they don't laugh. They don't take the mick. They're nice to me. And that is what I appreciate, because that helps. If you have good friends around you, you've got everything. I like to thank my friends, like with the mental health video, because my friends have been there for me, and they've understood that, yeah, I might be a wee bit slow. Yeah, I might, not be the best at sports, but I am still good at other things, and that's great. And like I said, you can't let your dreams affect you. You can't let your disability, affect your dreams. And that's what I've done. Like I said, I'm going to go for that Bundespolizei, and if I don't make it, I don't make it. But I can say I've tried. And that's the thing about it. And dyspraxia is something that I think we need more awareness. It's something not talked about. And I think we should go out there and say, you know what, dyspraxia is a genuine thing. Dyspraxia is it should be up there with some of the other disabilities, because it really badly affects people. It really does badly affect people, and without, you know, the awareness, people aren't going to know. Because like I said, if you talked to me and you didn't know me, you couldn't tell I had an issue like that, because it's not immediately visible. And that is the issue. That's the problem with dyspraxic people. Unless you're really seriously dyspraxic, you won't know. And that is something that is a big issue. But, you know, dyspraxia has been an issue for me. Like I said, I've had my struggles, I've had my battles with it, and it's fed into my mental health as well. You know, I feel, oh, I'm a Mongo, or I don't deserve to live, I'm never going to amount to anything, stuff like that. You know, and I've learned, you know what, that's not the way to go about thinking. Because you know what, you've got to be positive, you've got to go for it. Because, yeah, I have dyspraxia, who cares? I am going to go out there and give life 110%, because, again, there's my being crap with that, but no, I'm kidding. 110%, I'm going to give it 110%. And you know what, like I said, I might have to put that extra bit in than everybody else, but I'm still going to do it. Because you know what, I'm not going to let my disability define me negatively. And that's the thing, I just get on with life. And I'm positive about it. And like I said, I would really like to, I'm saying this out on video now, I want to raise awareness for dyspraxia. And if anybody's got a suggestion for this, put them in the comments. I want to do something for charity for dyspraxia. So if anybody's got any contacts or anybody that would like to help me with this, put it in the comments and we'll think of something to do. I know due to the COVID restrictions it's going to be difficult. We'll think of something to do. And my message to other dyspraxic people is, give life your damn hardest try, like I'm going to do. I'm going to go for life. I'm going to go for the Bundespolizei. I'm going to go for my dreams. And if I don't reach that, I know I tried. And that's what I'm going to say to all the dyspraxic people is, don't let the military or the police tell you all because you're coordination. If you want to join the army, you join the army. You try. And if you fail, you fail. That's that. You know, just go for it. Go for your dreams. And if you're dyspraxic, people call you a spazzy, you mongo, you ignore them, you move on. And you say, you know what, I'm dyspraxic, but I'm not going to let that define me. Because that's what we're going to do. Right, I'm going to wrap that up there, because this is just, I wanted to do a wee short video just to explain what dyspraxia is, my experiences, just briefly, because I've got a busy schedule with college work and everything, but I just wanted to put the message out there. Now, before I go, I'd like to say, get well soon, Scott Allen, legend of a player, and it's really sad that his career's been cut short due to the heart problems, and I really feel for Scott and his family right now. So, we're with you, Scott. Once a high B, always a high B. Please please share this out there and subscribe, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video about dyspraxia. I hope you've learned something about dyspraxia. I hope you get awareness, and from other dyspraxic people out there, I hope that you guys feel that you can go out there and achieve your dreams. And same for any other disabled people watching this. I've helped you. I hope this spread a little bit of positivity. Like I said, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, share this out there. Thanks for watching, guys, and get well soon, Scott. We're all with you.